Hello, I'm Lynne Smitham from the Kiowa Trust. We're a UK-based foundation, family foundation, and we work with girls, adolescent girls in India. Our vision is very simple. We would like every girl to have an education, to be healthy, to be safe, to have skills that she can earn money, to have a choice about her life, and to have the ability to make those choices. It's very simple. It's not straightforward, though. And as I think Kavita said, it's not just about the girl aged 10 to 18. It's about the girl on the lead up to that and the girl after it, so that she has all of the resources, develops all of the resources to lead that life. You only need to look around the room here at the statistics that are on the posters, which are horrifying, to understand why it's so important to achieve that vision. And when I said it's not straightforward, one of the things that is going to make the biggest difference to solving these problems or creating those opportunities for girls is firstly building knowledge about the sector, for the sector, helping people understand why it's important. Secondly, bringing funding into the sector, helping educate donors as to why this is a fantastic investment with great returns. And thirdly, building networks that help to span NGOs, donors, governments, bilateral agencies and multilateral agencies, so that we can bring joint solutions, joined up thinking to really make a difference, and quickly. Events like this really demonstrate why this is important, and all three of those ingredients are in the room today, and actually over the next 3 days, which is great. The great thing is that our dream is not just our dream. It's shared by people like Ford, by MacArthur, by so many of the people that you've seen on stage today, and I know lots of people in the audience too, which is fantastic because it's going to take a lot of us with a lot of commitment, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of skill to actually solve this. It was very forward-thinking of organizations like Ford and MacArthur, Novo, to start researching this area and trailblazing the work about girls. But it doesn't actually matter when you come into it. The important thing is that you come into it and recognize the importance of changing these girls' lives. So why is this dream important to us? We started our family trust in 2004, and we initially started working with youth in sub-Saharan Africa and India. And for 5 years, this is sort of an illustration. For 5 years, we worked on a project on eye health with children. And in those 5 years, we reached 250,000 children helping with eye health. We thought that was a really good result. And we were proud of having sponsored that project, until we learned that actually 60% of eye health problems for children can be prevented in India. And we were really shocked and disappointed. Shocked because we'd actually put our money much further downstream than we could have done. And had we put it into prevention, then that would have meant that, the payback would have been so much greater. So actually at that point, we stopped and said, hang on, we need to do this more smartly. We want to move upstream so that we really get to core issues with a particularly vulnerable population where many of the problems that we see in the world just don't occur further downstream. And that was how we ended up thinking about girls. So some of these statistics that aren't on the wall. When women make up half the population, they're not a minority group. Women perform 2/3 of the world's work. Women produce 50% of all the food. They earn 10% of the world's income. And they own 1% of the world's property. Women are estimated to account for 2/3 of the 1.4 billion people globally who live in extreme poverty. So you might ask, why with those particular statistics did we choose to support girls rather than women? Well, Peter Buffett, in one of the articles that was in Mint, I thought very wisely said that adolescent girls are like an underinvested stock, that if you invest in them, then the returns are going to be that much greater than many other investments. And that's exactly what we believe. Catching them at the time in their life when, for many adolescents around the world, and girls living in poverty, this doesn't happen, their life is about to change radically. Unfortunately, many girls don't have choice about that. But she's likely to go on and marry early, become pregnant quickly, have many children, not necessarily feed her children well because she doesn't have the wealth, and not educate them. So the whole cycle perpetuates. So breaking that cycle early is so important, not just important to the girl, it's important to India, it's important to the world. I was going to ask a similar question to Kavita. Out of interest, I'd like you to put your hand up if you are a mother or a father to a daughter. I'd like you to keep your hand up. I'd like you to put your hand up if you're a grandmother or a grandfather to a girl. Keep your hand up, those of you that are already up. And if you're both, then stick your hand up. I'd like you to put your hand up if you have a sister. I'd like you to put your hand up if you're an aunt or an uncle to a girl. So looking around the room, so few of us are not connected to girls. Oh, a wife. Put your hand up if you're married to a woman. We're all connected to girls. We're all connected to girls, and we see them through different stages in their lives. In many cultures, adolescence is seen as a preparedness for a period of time when you prepare somebody for adulthood and the roles that they will take during adulthood as leaders, teachers, doctors, mothers, fathers, nurturers. Often for girls who come from poor families, they don't have an opportunity to go through that transition and to learn to be the person that they could be, to start exercising some choices over their lives. Sometimes they're expected to move from childhood to adulthood like that. And so, in order to help create a society where women, girls do have those choices about being educated, healthy, being safe, being happy, having a voice, and exercising choice, then we all need to join together to create that. Thank you.